IP University categorically denied that you will not be allowed to do Mtech or PhD. To my pass out students, that they should not be disgraced that we are lacking something. Our college is number one in NCR. Cybercrime is really very bad thing. And during my tenure also, I have seen 2-3 students, so they were involved in that. The current situation to take the classes online is not the only solution for the BTech students.
So viewers, welcome back to another session of Kirtik Vasin Talks. Today we have a very special guest, Dr. KP Chaudhary. He is the director of Maharaja Surajmal Institute of Technology. He has been a former chief scientist at National Physical Laboratory. So welcome sir on our channel.
Thank you, Karthik. Thank you so much.
So sir, please share with us your journey. Where have you grown up, and tell us briefly about your educational journey too.
Okay, actually I will start my from the very beginning. I belong to a very middle class family. My parents, they have been involved in the agriculture based, and actually I started my journey in the primary education from the government school, that is MCD school. And you will not believe, that school was renowned for that no boys or girls were passing in one attempt. There was a zero result. And when I took the admission in that school, I was afraid that whether I will pass or not. So luckily I was the first person, I was the first boy, you can say, that in the 11th, at that time it was not 10 plus 2, it was 11th examination, board examination, and I scored good marks in the 11th, and I was the first person in the whole area that I passed, only one. Then after 11th, I took admission in the Delhi University, in the BSc course, and I passed out my BSc from that, because there was nobody to guide us what I had to do. I had a little inclination in the engineering side. So I don't know where should I take the admission or not. I was really confused at the time. I was just reading paper, newspaper, this thing, that thing. Then I took admission in the MSc. I did my MSc in electronics. And after electronics, doing the MSc, I was searching the job because I had to maintain my expenditures, family problems like that. So I was trying to get some scholarship from somewhere. So I worked hard after doing my MSc. Then I took admission in the NIT. At that time it was not NIT. It was REC, Regional Engineering College, Kurukshetra. There have been 10 seats at that time in the Mtech, and the scholarship of 400 rupees at that time in the 1977-78 used to give the government. And I was also getting the scholarship of 400 rupees per month. I did my Mtech. Really, I worked hard. And during that journey, actually, I realized that whatever the knowledge we should have, we don't have. We are not aware of anything. It was, I think that by doing MSc, it was just useless. Because when I was realizing that how to use the instruments and how to make the best use of the instruments, that was really a difficult job. And even the teachers were, sometimes when I asked some questions, the teachers were also confused. During the Mtech, actually, I asked some questions that were very funny questions. Like, whatever we are measuring, sir, is it correct? So every teacher has to say, yes, it is correct. Then my next question was, how you can say it is correct? What is the guarantee that it is correct? Then nobody was giving the correct answer. And I was just confused. So I was searching after doing my Mtech. I received the scholarship and then distinction in the Mtech. Then I was trying to get the job, and I was really wondering for getting some job. So suddenly I applied in the CSIO, Central Scientific Instruments Organization. And out of the so many persons were there, I was selected there as senior scientific assistant, equivalent to a scientist A. I got the job. It was a Chandigarh-based CSIO, and I was working there, and I was put by the director in the holography lab. You know, holography is a very new field. It is a challenging field. It is a holography is a science of lensless photography. So I was working there. So I have at that time seen that so many type of the laser systems, and I was, because I has the background of this electronics, I had very keen interest in the electronic system. I have even designed my own TV, stereo, microphones, many things my own when I find some empty time. At that time, actually, I have been given the task to do something like the instrumentation side. Since you are from the instrumentation side, and I developed some instruments there, like the laser power meter, laser communication kit, and many more instruments. I was actually not happy the type of the scientist there. Of course, I am not criticizing anybody because they were having my head. They were really interested in getting the publications, whatever they are doing, whether the system is developed or not, but publication should be there. I was, from the very beginning, from the first day, I was inclined, when you cannot develop the product, how you can publish the paper? So I was continuously making the product working and see that whether my idea is working or not. I was busy in that. I was not publishing any paper. And you will not believe, for the 5 years continuously, I did not publish single paper. I have developed 3 projects, completed 3 projects. That is laser power meter, laser communication kit, and one holographic based system. Anyway, after that, I have been promoted to scientist B within a very short time, within 2 years of time. And after 5 years, I have been scientist C, then scientist E1, then scientist E2, without any gap, without any stop, and then deputy director, that is scientist F, and then chief scientist ultimately, which is the highest post of the government of India. During this journey, in fact, because I had a tragedy in my home, my younger brother died at the age of 26, he was also Mtech, and I took transfer from the CSIO Chandigarh. I came here in the Delhi center. Delhi is a CSIO branch. So I worked hard, and that was the first project I have taken from the Department of Science and Technology. At that time I was scientist E1. And I have been allotted that you developed a system for the CEL, Central Electronics Limited. They want to do some non-contact measurements. So I have developed that project within a span of 1.5 years. And that is a non-contact dimension measurement system, that you put something, without touching any object, you can find out the dimension of that system using a laser system. And because the director NPL was the chairman of that project, so when he was asking some questions, actually it was because I did a lot of efforts on that, and I was practical hand. So he was very happy, and he was saying that you just meet me. And when I met him, he told me that, why can't you join NPL? You have the better prospect here, and NPL is a ocean, and you can do many things better. So I was really happy. So I was transferred to National Physical Laboratory from the CSIO in 1996. I remember that date. And after that journey, I completed my whole life, around 40 years in National Physical Laboratory. I retired in 2016, and I have developed many projects, many Department of Science and Technology, even IT projects, and many more. I have around 12 technology. These have been transferred to different industries, and I have also, during this period, I have also 7 patents filed, and all the 7 patents have been transferred to the industries. And when my patent was completed, it was accepted, then I published the paper. And till date, I am doing the same thing. My 2 papers have already been published now in the very American Journal of Physics. It was a really very fantastic paper that I did work in National Physical Laboratory about 5 years back. Now this paper has been published about a month back here. So this is my journey, you can say. Because I superannuated in 2016, and in January 2016, immediately after superannuation from the National Physical Laboratory, I joined here I have been offered here as a directorship in Maharaja Surajmal Institute of Technology. So I joined as a challenge that I will do something better here so that I can utilize my own experience. That is, for the last 5 years I am here.
So, sir, like we know that technology is dynamic and ever evolving. Do you think that our curriculum is not updated in accordance to the current technological trends which we are witnessing? So, do you feel that our curriculum needs to be revamped later or sooner? What's your view on this?
I fully agree with you. The curriculum is not at all as per it should be industry based or like that. It is very old curriculum and many things are outdated. I fully agree with that. And I have realized it when I joined this institute, and within a month of time, I realized that whatever we are teaching, it is all outdated. Most of the things are outdated. They are never used. Even I give you the example that 8085 kit we are using at the time 1977-78, and I still remember all the connection of the 8085. And the same book still it is being used in the 2020 to 2021. There is no change. I was really surprised to see all kind of the things. And in this regard, actually, we met with the vice chancellors and we had many discussions and debate on this issue. And I realized to the vice chancellors and the registrar of this academic institute of IP University, and they also agreed that it needs some changes. So actually, I am afraid that still there is no change. There have been some committees set up, and recently, about a few months back, we, along with the chairman of MSIT, we met with the VC, and I have given my observations on this issue. And he promised me that within the 6 months of time, and we will change some curriculum. That was the thing. I fully agree with that. It is a very serious issue, and it has to be changed.
So, sir, with 7 patents and technologies transferred, sir, please tell how the students can realize their ideas into reality and how MSIT offers assistance to the students when it comes to patent filing.
Yes, in fact, when I was in the impression, because whole life I was working in the research and development sector, R&D, and this was my first experience in the MSIT as a director. I noticed here, then I am sorry to say that even the faculties are not interested in filing the patents and filing the technology and transfer the technology to the industries. So I had a meeting and close discussion with the faculty members that faculty should give focus on the technology, because the engineer means something else. We should not compare ourselves with the other type of the faculties like the BCom, BA, BSc, MSc, like that. BTech means the engineering, and engineering means some product should be developed and it should be transferred to the industries. We should solve the problems of the industries. It was never happened here, and not even the IP University. It is blank totally in this particular aspect. So I try to realize that we should contact with the industry people. We should have the problems from the industries. We should collaborate with the industries, with the R&D, and they should give us the problems, and we should actually plan to have the group of the students from all the members. So in that case, actually, I have a lot of discussion with my faculty members, with the students, and I have given so many lectures also, because the concept of the patent filing is not there at all in the institute. Now the EC people and the EEE people and faculty members, they are now open. They have the idea how to file the patents, and it will be a good news to you also that 5 patents are in the pipeline in the MSIT, and 2 or 3 students are also involved in that, and 1 student had filed a patent, and the patent I think so it has been approved also by the patent agencies. So actually most of the faculty members, most of the students, they are not aware. Even the idea, if you have some ideas, unique idea, that idea could also be patented. It is true. And if you have some good patent, then you are getting the royalties, you are getting so many acknowledgements, you are getting, and you are happy inside. It is a passion. So we should not my own idea. I may be wrong, because it is a debatable thing. because I have the passion of doing the things on my own hand. And I believe also that the faculty members and the students, they should also create the atmosphere so that they can develop something and which is useful to the industries. There are thousands and thousands problems from the industries which our faculty members and the students, they can develop, they can solve the problems, and that thing could be converted into the patent. That is the idea.
Sir, so students want to know from you on how to go on becoming a director of college.
Become the director of the college is not at all the challenging job. But to sustain as a director, to give some creative activities, to develop something, to change something in the institute, that is a challenge. Director can be anybody, because if you have the management skills, you can be director. If you have administrative skills, you can be director. But if you have the technological skills and the managerial skills and the administrative skills, then that is a really good challenge, so that the students can have something else. So, in my view, the engineers are quite different from the different people. They are all altogether different. So, it is a challenging task to the director, not to become the director. To become a director is no. So many directors you have seen here in this institute, and I am also a director. I don't think that I am a director. I have the more interest in doing the things on my own hand. Sometimes you have seen me that I am sitting with the students in the lab, and I am really participating in that. I normally say that you just open the kit. Why don't you open the kit? Because if you fear that if I open it and it is damaged, then this will be not a good situation. So I forcefully say in front of the faculty members that you open the kit and you see what is inside the kit and what you can do it better. If it is went wrong, let it be. How does it matter? So, challenge to the director, the task given to the director, that is a challenge. Now you can say that I joined in 2016, and after that we had the NAC grade A, we have the NBA, we have the ISO 9001, and we are at this time number 1 in NCR. Do you know this thing? Sorry, we are number 1 in the NCR as per the India Today survey. It is published in the last month, only last month. We are the 13th position in total India, all over India, and we are number 3 in the North India. So it is a big achievement, you can say, and our placement is also almost 100%.
So the students are curious about the new academic block being built. So, sir, could you please mention its purpose?
Look, actually in Delhi, the biggest problem is the space. We have the limited space, but some space is really vacant, you can say. And I was not interested at all. I am sorry to say, my management may be angry with me, what you are telling. I was not interested that it should be MBA, it should be LLB. I was planning to hear for the Mtech and the Ph.D. programs. And we did lot of efforts. IIT University categorically denied that you will not be allowed to do Mtech or Ph.D. So I was totally helpless. So in that case, we don't have any option. But because we had the fund, so our management thought that instead of, if it is not possible to start with the Mtech or Ph.D., then we can start at least MBA and LLB. So we are having the 2 blocks, one block for the MBA and the other block for the LLB. And as soon as the permission will be given to start with this Mtech or Ph.D., then definitely we will start the Mtech and Ph.D. And now till today, we have so many students registered here with our faculty members to the IIT University for the Ph.D. programs. But now it is for the last 1 year, it has been stopped as per the guidelines, new guidelines of the university.
So, sir, given that the electrical energy sector is the most dominant and one of the core engineering subjects long before allied subjects like CSE, IT and ECE came up, why is that students with passion would join EEE by choice are often left out when it comes to securing a job in the core electrical energy sector. So what is your view on this, sir?
Okay, because I was also teaching a triple E subject, two papers. This is a really good questions. Actually, when we were studying in 1970s or 80s, if you see at that time, so there would have been the three core subjects: mechanical, electrical, electronics. CSE, IT, these things are not as per par with these core subjects. Now, because the scenario has totally been changed, and things are not as per the 1980s or 1970s. What is lacking behind it? If the triple E students is not getting the proper placement or the proper package, so reason is different, not like this. Reason, in my view, it is that the triple E student should also have the knowledge of the software like the CSE or the IT people have. Now it is not limited to only the electrical subject, machines and power, electronics like that. So the area is really broadened, and the triple student should also participate in getting the knowledge of these softwares and some programming like that. Only then they can have the good package. Number two, in the triple E and the electronics, the people are really working, they are taking interest in the classes. They are missing the classes. So they don't have the basic fundamental knowledge what they should have. The lacking, the placement is not very good because the lacking of the knowledge in the basics. So basics should be very strong. Moreover, they should devote more time in the practical classes so that the fundamentals, their clarity is strong enough. I have been the chairman of, still I am the chairman of so many committees in the research and development and selection of so many candidates. So I find that so many students, if I ask them what is this is diode or this is resistance, they are not able to differentiate. Why? Because they are passed out from such an institute which don't have a lab even. So that is the main problem with the EC and the triple E. Triple E is the most, I will say that it is down at that time. But I tell you openly that if the students from the triple E courses take interest in the practical app and they learn some softwares, programming like that, so I think there is no limit of the job. The problem is only that we are not getting the good candidates for these jobs. That's why the jobs sometimes are vacant or we are not getting the good students for that. So this is a major problem. Don't think the triple E people that we are not as par with the CSE or IP. It is not like that. But it is that the proper reason is that the basics and fundamentals should be strong enough. When you go for the interview, normally they don't ask any equations. The expert asks the fundamental questions. And the fundamentals are very weak. If they did not attend the practical classes, then how you can say that our fundamentals are strong? That is the thing. And I have also noticed one thing here I would like to say, because you have started asking me these questions. Do you think that out of this complete syllabus, only 20% syllabus if you cover, then you will become the engineer? Not at all.
No, sir.
Not at all. You have to study the complete syllabus. Then only you can say, I have some knowledge. So what they are doing, I have seen during the examination that the students are reading from what is called the Divya, what is that book? Short books. Akash and one more book. Very short, like the Kunji jisko bolte hain. Bhavya, right? Bhavya. So how you can say that the reading with this Bhavya and the Akash books, you can become a good engineer and you can get the good package? It is very difficult. Because you will have the very, very limited knowledge, and when you will go to the industry after doing the BTech, then what the package the industry people will give, you will be totally harassed. Or usse kya hoga, then you will become like very senseless. The triple E, I will advise to the triple E student that they should focus more on the practical side they should do their own hands, they should attend the labs regularly, they should devote more time in the lab, they should discuss openly the things, the practicals, whatever they are having some troubles with the faculty members.
Next, I would like to ask you that MSIT provides financial assistantship to academic toppers. Do you feel that such assistantship should be extended to individuals who contribute to the name of MSIT through extracurricular activities? Can we see that happening?
Yes, it is already happening. I think most of the students may not be aware of this. If suppose some students are getting some position in the sports, so we are giving him or her some package, some financial is given to this particular event. It is already there. Not only on the basis of the academics, but on the basis of the other curricular activities. I remember the Kabaddi team have won some medal. When I approached our chairman, SPC at that time, so he immediately called the students and he has given some package. So it should be, because at the same time with the academics and the curriculum activities, both are very, very important. It is for the development of these students. It is must.
Sir, what do you think about students committing cyber crimes, and what will you do if you catch a student from MSIT doing such things?
It is really very objectionable thing that some psychological problem I think are there. The students who are doing some this type of the crime, cyber crime is really very, very, very bad thing. And during my tenure also, I have seen 2-3 students. I find 2 or 3 students, yes. So they were involved in that, and it was really very, very bad situation for the girl, that she has been harassed long time, and it took around 1 year to settle down with that kind of the things. So this is all psychological problem. And from that, when I noticed that incident first time, immediately we have appointed the psychologist. But the problem again come here, because most of the students think then if I go to the psychologist, then my colleague will think that I have some pagalpan, something like that. So this kind of the phobia is everywhere, not only with the students but also with the faculty members. So very, very few students were approaching to the psychologist. Even the faculty members are also afraid that what my colleague will think. I am going to this with the psychologist. What kind of the problem we have? But because the parents are also not find time towards their wards, so that they can discuss openly all kind of the things. So that this problem is mainly in the teenagers' age. So it should be stopped completely. We should have the open and frank discussions with the students, and counseling is really must to all the students. And in my view, when the students join in the first year, so every student should be given some time by the psychologist, so that they can tell each and everything. Then also it could be stopped.
Sir, what is your take on students dating in their early 20s?
At our time, when we have been the students like you, so this kind of the things were not there. Now the things are changing very fast. Our teenagers are picking the bad thing very fast, and they are really ignored by the parents, and because the parents do not have the time to discuss many things with their son or daughters. So that is, I believe, that's the main reason for that. And the things become worst when every student are having the mobile phone. So in the mobile phone, you can see all the nonsense things very easily. You can catch it. And the teenagers do not have such kind of the knowledge or such kind of the sense. So they divert sometimes towards the bad things. If the parents and the teachers, the main role becomes from the parents. If they have the proper guidance, they have the time with their words, and they can tell the in and outs of all kind of the things, then I think the situation can be very well be improved. And at the same time, it is a duty of the teachers and the director that they should also see what is going on. But when we try to do something in my college, and when I ask some students that what kind of the dress you are wearing, it is objectionable. And can you believe what kind of the answer we got it, not from the MSIT, but from the MSI. Then do you think that we are the school children and we don't have the right to select our dress also? So when such kind of the questions will come to the director of the faculty members, and the parents will say that it is okay, they will not interfere in that, then the things will become worst. Because these kind of things can be mutually been improved by having the proper parents and teachers meeting and asking the students and discussing openly in the open way that this is good thing, this is bad thing, and because they should be given the criteria where to focus at the time, what is your duties, what to do, what should not do, like that. So these things should be clear to the students, but with the help of the parents. You must have also noticed in the college also that when we call the PTM, most of the parents, they are not coming to the college. This is the biggest problem we are facing. They say that our ward does not listen to us. You decide whatever you want to do. So this is the biggest problem I am facing in my college. So they don't come. When we say that the attendance of your ward is very poor, so sometimes the parents are surprised that our son or daughter, they are coming regularly to the college. When we see the attendance is only 5% or 10%. That is the biggest issue.
Sir, what is your take on students going into depression due to career pressure?
Yes, it is like that, because we don't have nowadays the students do not have the patience. They want that we have already completed my Btech, or we should get some job immediately, and job should be a very good package. They compare with the other students that he is getting such a huge package, I am not getting the huge package. Patience is not there. So this kind of things really boost the students that to do some kind of the crime, something like that, and they are really depressed with all kind of things. And one more thing, that actually affairs. This is also one of the factor I have seen in the college. Affairs actually had become to the sexual abuse, like that. So this kind of the things have become more and more critical nowadays. So they don't understand the meaning of the love. That is the biggest thing. The love is transferred to some other factors. So depression is a major disease, I think, and it has to be resolved if we hire some more and more psychologists from the very beginning, and we can teach the students, both girls and boys, that you should involve in kind of the affairs, and they should not even permit beyond certain limits. But I have noticed many things that the students are doing some nonsense also, and that they are creating some problems. They think that we are now adults, we are matured, we are 18 plus, and they can do anything. So this kind of the phobia should be removed from the mind of the students. This is the biggest problem nowadays. And the main culprit, the problem is with the mobile. So they share many things. Even they take some pictures of nonsense pictures and they put it on the Facebook and other in the WhatsApp, like that. So from there only, when there is a breakup, then the problem starts from there. It has become the jealousy comes to the boys or to the girls, and things are not resolved because the parents do not find time to give some time to the students, to their wards, like they can give some counseling, and at the same time the students does not want to listen the good thing from the parents. because they are not so matured. They think that they are matured, but they are not matured, in my opinion. So some lectures should be given in the MSIT. We are regularly inviting the experts to give some moral lectures on the life story of the Vivekananda or like that. And there is some transformations also, some effect is there. But still, because in our college, MSIT particularly, things are 100% better than the other colleges. You can see it, you can compare it. If you go to the Delhi University or like that, GNU, so you will find the things are worst. But I think it has to be with the help of the parents and the teachers and the directors and the management. The things can be improved if continuously we have some experts lecture.
Sir, how do you think that the current situation will affect the career of the students, and what the students should do in order to get a job in their dream company during this difficult time?
The current situation to take the classes online is not the only solution for the BTech students, because there is a lot of difference between the BTech and the other type of the courses. Until and unless the students will not attend the classes, practical classes, so they will not become the engineers. They will only have some little knowledge of the theory classes. So this limitation is there. So now what I have suggested to my faculty members, then at least you have the online classes with the practical lab. You open everything, you show one by one, because you can see so many lectures are available on the NPTEL site, on the practical lab. And you can ask some students voluntarily, so that if the group of the 5 or 10 students in the class, they can come to the college, and by keeping the like the distancing and all kind of things, putting the mask on the face like that, so they can also attend the practical labs, only practical labs, so that all the practicals are clear to them. So social distancing, by that all kind of the things we can take into the precautions, and then in the group, short group, so we can have the practical labs at least. So this is my idea. But definitely I fully agree that this type of the situation is really very bad, and the students will be affected. Everything is not possible on the online.
Sir, do we have faculty development programs in MSIT?
So every month we have some FDP, and we are encouraging our faculty members that they should attend the faculty FDP program continuously, and we have made it compulsory, because when they attend the FDP, they are updated. They know what is going on in the whole world, what is the latest technology, and they can also improve upon by learning something better, by attending some experts lectures. And at the same time, the NTTR, they are also conducting FDP program regularly, and we are also member of that, and we are also attending. Our faculty members, whole class, even the whole faculty members, they are attending all the lectures. And at the same time, we are also inviting the person from the IIT-Delhi, IIT in Chennai, and many other experts from the industries. So the knowledge is really updated to the faculty members, and that knowledge is transferred to the students.
So sir, since the graduating batch has missed their farewell ceremony, what will be your message for the graduating batch of 2020?
In fact, this is unfortunate part that we are not able to convey our message to the pass out batch of this 2020. This is really, I also felt something bad. But I will say at the same time to my pass out students that they should not be discouraged that we are lacking something. Our college is number 1 in NCR, and we are at the position of number 18 in whole India. So MSIT name is everywhere. Everybody knows the MSIT. Only thing that they should have the confidence. Confidence building is really important things. And they should also focus on the basics. When they will go somewhere for giving some interviews, So until unless they will have the confidence and the basics, fundamentals knowledge, so then they cannot be improved. So they should utilize their time by learning the fundamentals, clearing fundamentals. They should have the proper contact with the faculty members. Even nowadays I am also free. Everybody, I send a message to every faculty members and all the students. Then whenever they have some difficulties, they can, without any hesitation, they can share my number, mobile number even, and they can approach to me. Whatever the help it is required from the MSIT faculty members, from the directors, from the management, we will be really happy and we will appreciate that our students are going to the better places. And they should utilize, they should not waste this very, very important time nowadays, and they should focus on their basics, and they should apply, and they should not be, in fact, discouraged, and they should not feel that I am not getting the job for the last 6 months or 12 months, or I am not getting the package. They should, first of all, to start with, they may get some less package. That is enough. Everybody cannot get the 20 lakhs of package. There are only few who can get it. And in my view, I tell you that toppers is not important, that the toppers only get the high package. It is not true. I don't agree with that. Toppers can get very less package. Even the middle type of the students, they can get the best package, because he must have learned so many things, and he is not getting very good marks. That is also one of the factors. So I wish all the best to my pass out students, that whenever they go, they should really encourage they should really give the name of the MSIT, and MSIT is because of the students. You can see the lot of alumni, and everywhere you find that MSIT students are there, in the IITs, in the government sectors, in the public sectors, even in the abroad. Even in the Harvard University, one of our students is doing some masters and Ph.D. So everywhere MSIT is there. So it is all the best from my side, and I think that our students from the MSIT, they will give a name to the MSIT, and we will be really proud of my students. Regarding the increase of the fees, I fully agree. Sometimes it becomes difficult to pay the huge amount to the university, to the colleges. But I tell you that if you see the case of the salary of the teachers, and because our institute is a financial institute, self-financing institute, and from where the money will come? Money will only come from the salary. Money will come from the paying the dues the students are paying, and only then we can be able to give the salary to the teachers. And there are so many extra charges on that. The university or the college is doing so many things for the students, for the betterment of the students. So if you see the DA is also increasing day by day, and with the increase of the DA, the salary is also increased day by day. If you see for the last 10 years how much the salary was given to the teachers, if you compare it, it is 100 times it has been increased in the last 4-5 years. So it is a question of the university that either they should give some concession, something, so that the self-financing institute, they can sustain for a long time, and they should impart the good education to the students. So this is the idea.
So thank you very much, sir, for joining with us and taking a part out of your busy schedule.